Hi, my name is Brianna and I want to discuss the potential bike yield law. Bike yield law. So this law was first proposed by John Avalos with the idea that to let bikers treat stop signs as yield signs. So he basically wanted to let cyclists roll through intersections, making sure that it was still safe. Why? Because less tickets for bikers, and it would also reduce San Francisco traffic. So what inspired this bike yield law? It was first inspired by a police crackdown at the Wiggle, and the Wiggle is where Golden Gate Park meets Market Street. The bike yield was originally introduced in Idaho, and it was first passed in Idaho in 1982. If the bike yield is passed in San Francisco, then that basically makes San Francisco the biggest city to have the bike yield law in throughout the country. But there has been a lot of controversy because there have been a bunch of different opinions regarding the bike yield law. The original promoter, John Avalos, believes that the bike yield law forms and requires responsible and predictable behavior by bicyclists while also reaffirming the SFPD's ability to enforce traffic. So basically, Avalos feels like it would be successful because it makes SFPD focus on more serious wrongdoings done by drivers. But the San Francisco Police Department does not agree. John Sanford, an officer with the SFPD, says that the bike yield law basically goes against the law, something he can't support. While SF's mayor believes the same. He also doesn't agree with the bike yield law because he thinks that it'll cause more danger to pedestrians, the elderly, and people with disabilities. But the bike community, on the other hand, is completely supportive of the bike yield law. The bike yield law is also supported by the San Francisco Bike Coalition, and the bike community as a whole basically thinks it draws more attention to worse violations that are often done by cars, like speeding or having them roll through stop signs themselves. They also believe that it allows less serious bike violations, but it still punishes unsafe behaviors. So they're not saying oh yeah, bicyclists shouldn't get tickets, but they're saying they could, but just not for reasons that aren't as important, they believe. But I personally don't agree. I think that San Francisco streets are dangerous enough, and that free rolling bicycles would just make it even more chaotic. As a driver myself, I only imagine how cautious other drivers would have to be at stop signs. And I think that even though that the bike yield law could be beneficial to bikers and help traffic in the city, I just think it's too risky. Thank you.